Hello everybody and welcome to Inside Pageant Talk. I am Melanie, the editor-in-chief of Inside Pageant. Tonight we are connected with Costa Rica to meet a man who proved the reinvention have no expiration date. At 37, he tried his corporate marketing career for the pageantry stage, leaving behind a 6-year management role to pursue a crown route in purpose. He is Mr. Belleza Masculina Costa Rica 2026, a yoga and pilates instructor and an advocate to redefining modern masculinity. Please welcome José Mario Rodríguez Jiménez.
Nice to meet you. It's my pleasure. I'm very honored to talk to you a little bit about my life and everything about my pageant.
And your life is very exciting. I have make some research about you, and I have some information about your biography. And you have a journey interesting, very interesting, because you are not a normal candidate of pageant.
Really? Well, thank you very much for that comments. That means a lot because I'm so excited to represent Costa Rica in Philippines. Um, it has been such a really good journey to me. 6 months trying to do my best every day, putting your extra effort every day. So I'm sure that those 6 months that I've been working with the organization, I've been growing a lot. And now I know who I really am, you know?
Yes,
So,
I know because I know you are kids your job. You have a job like a marketing manager, 6 year
yes.
6 year job, and you have decided to quit your job to become models, right?
Well, it was a process. I've been working in the retail company for almost 6 years and a half, maybe. I was the manager, the communication manager in that retail store in Costa Rica, very well known. Um, Basically, I decided to change the way that I was living my life at that moment, because I work also for another big companies and I learned a lot from them. But I thought that there was something missing. I worked a lot of years in marketing and communication, improving brands to be the best in the market. Why I didn't apply that to me and start working on my uh, path career, what I really love. And I fall in love with yoga, with Pilates during pandemia and COVID. So I think that process made me understood that I have to decide to do something else and start working on my brand as Jose.
It's not too difficult to explain to your family. I quit my job. I want to pursue my dream because I imagine become Mr. Belleza Masculina Costa Rica is your dream. It's not too difficult to explain this.
Well, let me tell you that last year we had a very difficult situation in my family. We lost a very important member of our family. And that was one of the things that made me realize that I had to do a change soon because life goes on immediately. So it was not difficult because I remember the date that I made my decision to quit my job, my safe job. I called my mom and I was almost ready to give Pilates, a yoga class. And I called her and I was like, Mom, I have to tell you something. I just want to know that you are going to be with me anytime. I'm going to quit. And she said to me, do whatever you want to do, I'm gonna be here. And remember that you always um, will have my love and all my support. So go ahead, keep dreaming. And I did it that date. Then I went to a yoga class. I felt so released because she said, do whatever you want because life is too short. So that was like the step that said, like, Jose, you have to do it. So I did my yoga class. And after that, the next day, I put my quick letter to the company.
And you say to win this title, you have make a lot of sacrifice. You don't spend a lot of time with your family. It's not too difficult.
It is. And you know that they love you anytime, anywhere. It doesn't matter. What I love about my family is that any decision that we all make, we're going to be supporting each other. Actually, I'm going to tell you something fun. We have a chat group, our family chat group. And can you imagine the name that we put on it?
Yeah.
The Kardashian family. It was like a joke, you know? And we have like a picture all together and we always send jokes. And sometimes we talk about politics, about nature. We shared pictures with my mom, with my grandma, and we celebrate each other. So it is very important to have a family, family members that will support you anytime. And sometimes they don't have to say it like, I'm supporting you, but you already know that they are for you.
In few week ago we win this title. What is your first thing when you call like the winner?
Well, when they called me as the winner, the first thing that I did was like cover my face and start crying. That was my reaction. And and that was what I felt. And I felt my 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 friends hugging me, jumping with me, telling me, everything is fine. You win and you deserve it. It was amazing. It was such a sweet taste that day. I cried with them. And when I took I don't know how do you say that, the
Yeah,
trophy. I pointed my mom and I dedicate that to her.
you win the title, but also you win the best in the swimwear, Mr.
Yes.
Photogenic, and you have a lot of finalists in Mr. Elegance, Mr. Face, Mr. Physique. You have a lot of title. You say Mr. Photogenic is about emotion through the lens. Which, for you, which specific emotion have you challenging during the shooting photo of the contest?
Well, the process and how do I develop the skill to communicate through a photo? It was something that I always knew when I worked in marketing and communication because I was behind the scene. So I remember that I was the one who chose who is gonna be on the commercial, who's not, with my coworkers. And now being on the other side it has been completely different because you have to understand that through a photo you have to feel first. You have to feel it, and then people will feel that to you. I don't know if I explain what I'm trying to say. It's basically try to express your emotion, but you have to feel that first.
Eh?
And if you felt it, people are gonna feel it too, as real as you are doing right now. So now that I'm in front of the camera, I learned a lot because I had a lot of good photographers here in Costa Rica, and they made an amazing job. And they helped me a lot, and also in Panama. So I met a lot of photographers, and they taught me that it is not just to have a beauty face or a perfect body. It's about emotion. I remember Sergio, actually from Panama, he told me, you don't win a title just with the beauty, physic beauty. You have to be um, confident about yourself, that you can do some different faces. And no matter what you do, you are going to send positive energy through that emotion to the people, and you connect with them. So I think I learned it and I apply it. So it was such a, a honor to receive that
You
recognition.
say you say you have no body perfect, but you win the best swimwear award. I imagine if you win this award, you have a best body in the competition.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I had some other um, friends, contents. They have better bodies than me. For example, Aníbal, he's big, he have big muscles, he have a really good personality. He's very humble. Also Juan Carlos, he's very strong. He goes a lot to the gym. And all of my coworkers, I say coworkers and partners actually, my colleagues, we work for 6 months very hard doing exercises, dieting, avoiding parties, maybe not drinking to, avoid a lot of sugar, etc. So we all sacrifice a lot, but I think I do not have the best body. I actually admire my other contestants' bodies, but what I can tell you is that it was not about your body, is the way that you show how proud you feel about your body and
You
how
have
confident you feel.
you are the older candidate this year because you have 37,
37 years, Joan.
and it's not a normal age for competition, for contest. It's not. I have a question about that. This competing against younger contestants, what specific insecurity did you have to conquer the walk to the stage with confidence?
Well, let me tell you, that's a really good question because that was something that happens to me. I was a little bit ashamed to go to the casting because I said, I'm 37 years old, and there is a lot of guys and kids, maybe with 20s or early 30s, who had that dream. And maybe I'm doing it a little bit later than the rest of the age contestants. So, and I was insecure about that. But you know what? I think now it's one of my strengths because if I'd participate years ago, maybe I couldn't be winning because I was not mature enough to take responsibility about this title, or maybe trying to be the best candidate, overall candidate during this competition. So right now I feel so proud that I'm 37 years old and actually I'm winning the best swimsuit competition of the year. So, how do I do that? Well, I do a lot of Pilates, I do a lot of yoga, I try to eat well, but I'm trying to explain people that they don't have to fight against your brain and your body. They have to work together. And when they work together, you're going to feel much better. And that's basically now I'm receiving a lot of questions about beauty tips, about things that I do to look so young. And now I'm embracing that. And I'm like, you know what? That could be a really good brand in the future, talking about business. So let's keep working on maintaining myself and actually embrace other guys to start working, because the advice that I can tell them is you have to do something, but whatever you want to do. Talking about movement, okay?
Yes.
But don't force yourself to do something that you don't want to, or that you are doing that specific sport or activity just because the rest of the people is doing it.
Your age
And
for you, your age, 37, is an advantage or not?
for me, it is an advantage right now because, well, some people said the pageant that you are going to be, they always choose very young guys. And I was like, okay, that could be a negative thing, but I try to take that negative thing and transform it into a positive thing. I can say, you know what? You need a man of the world, someone, and I can explain what the man means around the world man. And if you want a man of the world, it has to be a person with an overall matureness to take responsibility of the title, for example, but keeping young and fresh and with, good energy, trying to be who he is.
Your organization, the organization decide to send you at the next edition of Men of the World pageant. Is it your is it a good choice for you?
Yes, of course. I want to know Philippines, because I know the Philippines, it's like the soccer for us in Costa Rica, like the best of the best. And I always dreamed to be on that country, but never thought that it's going to be on a beauty pageant. So I'm so excited. Philippines has been, always caught my mind. So I'm so excited to go to Philippines. I think that was the country that honestly I really want to go.
For you, what specific quality do you think you bring um, at the stage of Men of the World?
Okay, I'm gonna bring a secure man that is gonna show who he really is, and he's gonna show his energy and your pura vida style. Do you know what pura vida means?
No, I don't speak Spanish.
Okay, pura vida, it means pure life. Okay, and it's a phrase that we use in Costa Rica. So anytime that you came to Costa Rica, if you ask someone, how are you? They're going to say pura vida, like I'm living my life to the best. If someone do a favor to you, you say, hey, pura vida. It's like, thank you very much, dude. Um, Pura vida, it's a phrase that we use, and it's like a very common phrase, and we are very well known for that phrase. The pura vida style, it's a lifestyle in Costa Rica. Do we live with good energy? We are not in a rush. We love to see sunsets. We love to be with the family. Actually, we are known as the happiest country in the world because there is a good energy around. So I think I'm going to take the pura vida energy, pure life that we have in our country with a lot of nature to a international pageant. And I know Costa Rica, it's a very short country, but we have a lot of energy and we like to do things good. So I'm gonna do my best.
And I know you want to use your title for a platform because you want to break some stigmas about masculinity. Can you explain me this platform?
Sure. Actually, here in Costa Rica, Pilates right now, they are very common. It's like the most popular activity right now. Sometimes it could be running, sometimes it could be cycling. Well, now Pilates in the girl area, in the female area, it's very common. So they made the places, they put some different colors that, society, for example, pink can think about, no, this is a girl color or this is a guy color, whatever. Sometimes society put some stigmas in the gender uh, with the masculinity or femininity. So what I want to do, I want to embrace guys, not only Costa Rica, but all around the world about healthcare, about beauty care, about feel confidence about their self and don't be ashamed to go to a Pilates and do some Pilates and be with girls around. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And so I want to break some stereotypes about masculinity here first in Costa Rica. So I can tell you that right now in Costa Rica, we may be like almost no more than 10% of guys being working as a teachers, Pilates instructors or Pilates facilitators. Sorry, but we want more guys to do Pilates as well because it's well for everyone. So I will do some workshops with guys to go to a Pilates class with some other guys. And if they have questions about Pilates, because I receive a lot of emails and texts, DMs of guys telling me, Jose, uh, I would like to try Pilates, but I don't know what to do. Or I don't want to go to a specific place because it's so girly. So imagine that you are not doing what you really want just because of a color of a wall. It's not right. So I want to work on that. I think there's a lot of things to do that we have to do here in Costa Rica. I want to do some workshops with different um, kind of guys and explain them that it's okay to do things that maybe society says that are just for girls. But you know what? Doing your nails is good for us, for guys and for girls. It helps you on, makes you feel more secure and beautiful. So why you are not doing that? And also, I had another. Well, I love old people, and through my grandma, my mom, and a lot of people that I met, I love to do Pilates and yoga for old people. And right now, for example, I'm teaching a 92 years old client, and I've been learning a lot from them. And here in Costa Rica, I think there we need to have more spaces for adult people. We need to have spaces when they can create, they can paint, they can use their creativity. Uh, that there could be a place where they can do some yoga, some Pilates, for them to feel more independent. Um, so I would like to see if we can do a place where they can have fun, because I've been seeing that when you get old, they're gonna give you a cell phone or maybe a TV for you to do not move. And what I learned through this Pilates and yoga information is that if you stop moving, you're gonna get older.
Why this cause with all men, all citizen, all generation is so important for you?
Sorry, could you please repeat the
Yeah,
question to me?
why this platform about create space for all men, all citizens, all generation is so important for you?
Because I think uh, before I decided to go into the casting and, you know, doing this process, I was clear about a project that always want to make, a project that could help adult people in any way, okay? Because sometimes we are not aware that we're going to be there. And we need to create spaces because when we get there, we will have the possibility to take advantage of those spaces. You know what I mean? So um, this platform, it's helping me and the guys masculinity information that they have and that we have to discuss will impact not only my country, but it could impact the world. The situation, it may not be the same like in France, but you do have some things that maybe you have to talk about masculinity or maybe about adult people, because I know that in Europe, they have more spaces related for adult people, but here uh, we do not have that many.
Um, pageant in male pageant in Europe, in France, in Belgium
Mhm.
is not easy. The men have not the right to express the femininity in yourself. It's very difficult to try to find candidates for male pageant in Europe.
Of course, it is. Actually, it is because we had to deal with that as well sometimes. And it was weird maybe some years ago to have a mister with a pink suit, but now it's like cool.
You are,
There's
excuse me, you are
Mhm.
yoga teacher, right?
Right.
You are Mr. Belleza Masculina Costa Rica 2026. It's too long for the title.
CMB. You can say CMB.
VNB. And you manage your communication, your Instagram. Have you some pressure about to become perfect on social media, on your life, and how do you manage all aspect of your life now?
Yes, it is kind of difficult because sometimes I'm a teacher, a yoga teacher. Sometimes I'm a model. Sometimes I'm a mister. Sometimes I'm just a family member. Sometimes I'm just a friend. And sometimes I just want to be me in my house. So you learn how to take different roles, okay? And how to manage the energy of any of those roles, okay? And of course, being you, always being you. Try to keep that in mind. You just need to adapt yourself to the different scenarios that you have to keep growing as a person.
What is your daily routine now?
Okay, so for tomorrow, I woke up at 4:30 a.m. Okay, I took a shower, take a coffee, meditate a little bit. At 5:10, maybe between 5:10 and 5:20, I drive 30 minutes and I get to a Pilates studio in Alajuela, very next to the airport. And I teach some classes, like 3 classes. I have like an hour space. So I took breakfast. Then, after I finished the classes, sometimes I had a private class in that studio, sometimes not. It depends. So I went back to my apartment. I like to take a shower, have some lunch, take a little nap, answer some emails, doing some calls, And then I went to another Pilates studio at 6:30 p.m. through 8:30 p.m. So I tried to do some stuff, some calls, if I had any, something related to marketing or maybe an idea that I'm planning or a project. I have to be working on that. And I had some other classes at night. Then I came back, uh, took another shower, ate something, and go to sleep because on Friday my classes started at 6 a.m. So I have to do the same routine.
And you have the time to train for Men of the World?
Yes, yes. Actually, tomorrow, no, yes, tomorrow, Thursday, I had an appointment with my future physique coach. It's a girl, and I'm so happy to start working with her. So we have like a 3 months planned. And yes, I know that I'm a very disciplined guy. So I'm sure that I'm going to be dieting very well, eating a lot because I want to I want to um, win some weight, right? Win some weight. So I need to go to the gym a little bit, eat very well, but I think I will be able to handle everything and had different schedule appointments um, to do everything that it means, to get to Man of the World very prepared.
You are very busy.
I am very busy.
I know you dedicate your victory to your mother because is the most important person in your life.
Yes.
If she were sitting next to you, what do you to say to her? What message? What do you express about your mother?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you a phrase that she told me when I hugged her that day. She kissed me and said to me on very next to my ear, I always told you that I believe that anything that you wanted to do, you always go and you always achieve all your goals, Jose. And everything that you said that you want to do, I'm going to be supporting you because I know that you are going to do your best. And that was like the best gift I received that day. And I dedicate to her because that date, the next day on Sunday, I lost my stepfather 1 year ago on the 25th. So I want to give her some happiness through my title because I knew that it would be her first year without him. So I dedicate that to her.
You say me, Mr. Belleza Masculina Costa Rica is not just a title. It's about empathy, positive energy. What specific impact do you hope to have create in Costa Rica with your title, with your winning?
Okay, well, since I got the title, it has been amazing because at the beginning I was like, oh, maybe if people is gonna laugh about me being on a pageant, you know? Why?
Huh?
Why, Jose Mario? Why you are doing that? If you were business manager of that specific company or whatever. So I think that through my example, I can taught, teach a lot of people about doing what you really want to do. And when I said do whatever you want to really do, is because you have to do things with love every day because you should have one chance to live one day at a time. So that's what I can tell. And I think I can, through my example, um, make other people follow their dreams.
Before you, I have interviewed Manant Jamaica 2026. It's a chef. It's a kitchen chef. It's a cooking chef. Yes. I hope to see this guy because he have a recipe about chicken and cheese. She want to try this recipe. It's
Okay.
yes. And I have a question about kitchen, about cooking. One Costa Rican, can you tell me one Costa Rican dish every people need to try, please?
Okay. Let me ask you something before I choose which one, because actually I have two very common in Costa Rica. Do you prefer something for breakfast or something for lunch?
Breakfast.
Breakfast?
Yes, I love breakfast.
Okay. Let's imagine that our breakfast it's a little bit heavier than yours, okay? But we do something that not only here in Costa Rica, some of our neighborhoods, countries, they do, and it's gallo pinto. Gallo pinto. It's our typical breakfast dish, and it's very simple. It's rice, beans, and you put them all together with different species, with different flavors do we have. And with that, you can, and we also have a very common sauce that we use. And you put eggs on it. You can put bacon. You can put some aguacate. We have like bananas or green bananas with some cream, cheese, and it's very big, but it's delicious. It
It's
has a
delicious,
lot
but
of
it's not.
protein.
It's not bacon and cheese. Is not healthy.
Uh,
I
yeah,
have
but if
some.
you
I
eat,
have some kilo to lose.
but if you ate a pinto, I'm sure that you won't need to have lunch. You're gonna skip the lunch because it's a lot of food, but it's delicious. It tastes delicious with
Com-
coffee. We eat that with coffee.
ah no, no coffee for me. Chocolate only. Complete this sentence. Real masculinity is.
About someone who can be uh, a really good role model, someone who can be responsible. A real masculinity is someone who can say it what they feel, who can show and express his emotion, who can be example for a new generations, who can practice good values. For me, that's a real good masculinity because masculinity is not about things, it's about the energy, the strong energy that you can provide to society.
It's the end of this interview. I have a last question. It's not a really question. You have the time to share a message, to share what do you want to your community, to your fans. It's your time.
Okay, thank you very much for the interview. I love it. Thank you for taking the time to research um, about my self, Melania. You did a really good job, and I enjoy when, I can talk with someone who can be related about the things that they read about myself. So, first of all, I just want to thank you for the time and for all the people, all the guys, all the girls around the world who can watch this interview, understand that anything that you dream, it's possible, and don't sabotage yourself. If there is something inside of your mind that is your instinct telling you you have to do this, don't don't turn off that light, turn it on and start working for that idea that you want, that things that you love to do. Don't worry about what other people said. Worry about what you feel, and never stop dreaming. There is always time to move on, to reschedule everything, to because this is what life is about. It's about changing, doing different cycles, learning for different things. So my message right now for all the people that can watch this interview is just follow your dreams. No matter what people says, follow your dreams with all your heart and everything is going to be possible.
Thanks, José, for this interview. It's a pleasant moment with you. I have a pleasant moment with you. Thing is clear, is bringing a whole new energy to male pageantry. To insider, follow José Mario journey as he's prepared to represent Costa Rica at the next edition of Man of the World, and subscribe to Inside Pageant for more interview, more coverage, and see you soon.